A senior White House official has confirmed that there are currently no plans for a meeting between President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin in the immediate future. This statement comes days after President Trump announced he intends to meet with President Putin in Budapest, Hungary, to discuss a possible resolution to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. While Trump described his recent phone call with Putin as very productive, the White House made it clear on Tuesday that no formal arrangements have been made for another summit soon. The official also revealed that Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov recently held a phone call, which the State Department called productive. As a result, an in-person meeting between Rubio and Lavrov is not seen as necessary for now, delaying expected high-level diplomatic engagements between the two countries. President Trump publicly expressed hope for the meeting to happen within 2 weeks or so, shortly after a surprise discussion with Putin last week. The meeting was widely anticipated to build on the momentum from their August summit in Alaska, which was the first face-to-face meeting between the two leaders since Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. That summit aimed to open paths for peace negotiations, though no firm agreements were made at that time. However, the diplomatic situation seems to be changing. According to Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, while talks remain on the agenda, the timeline is shifting. Lavrov has suggested that the meeting between him and Rubio, originally expected to serve as a preparatory session, is now on schedule. This implies that, contrary to White House claims, discussions are continuing as planned. Lavrov also highlighted Moscow's goal of achieving long-term, sustainable peace, indicating that any ceasefire or truce should last instead of being temporary. This position differs from some Western views advocating for a freeze along the current front line in eastern Ukraine. The apparent disconnect between the White House statement and Lavrov's remarks shows the ongoing complexities in diplomatic efforts to resolve the conflict. It highlights the challenges in arranging high-level meetings and reaching consensus between the parties involved. Meanwhile, President Trump continues to see himself as a key player in promoting peace, having met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky shortly after his call with Putin. Trump has stated that both Ukraine and Russia must make concessions to end the war, suggesting a balanced approach where each side claims victory to aid negotiations. As of now, the next steps in U.S.-Russia diplomacy remain unclear, with preparations for any future summit likely needing more extensive negotiation and coordination behind the scenes. The international community watches closely, hopeful that renewed dialogue between Washington and Moscow can help reduce one of the most significant conflicts of the early 21st century.